Hello? Okay, yeah, I can talk.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all good.
First one out. How are you feeling?
Okay, I wanted to do two things in this and play more aggressively than I did in BBD2 and not be the first boot. I've done one of those things, I feel. Um, but yeah, it kind of sucks to be the first one out.
Oh, walk us through the week from your perspective.
Okay, so this is gonna be long because it was a long week. You guys know that. Um, I feel like I've done pretty good DRs. So if I miss anything because my mind's going a mile a minute, it's probably in there. And it may not be accurate to what actually happened, but it's accurate to my perspective, I feel like. So anyways, let's
Be able to
begin.
fill you in on missing details, so you're good.
What's that?
I can fill you in on missing details, so you're good.
Oh, perfect. So that means there's no battle back?
It's BBD. There's no battle bags.
We had two people battle back in season 2.
I guess.
Okay. Wait. No, we didn't have two. We just had HJ. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Okay, so the HOH we all get in, and I realize that unlike BBD2, I'm obviously gonna be recognized as in a duo with Delara, and everyone's gonna realize that if I make any final 2 deal with them, it's not legit. I'm gonna take her every time. So, and I'm gonna be put up next to her pretty much anytime I'm put up. So with that in mind, I wanted to make deals with all of the other perceived duos, the Vindictive Vipers, Ryan and Amelia, Kevin and Sex, all of them, Gly and Axel. I wanted to make deals with them. And I didn't care if they told everyone else or told the other couples that I was doing this. In fact, I was okay with that because I wanted them to be on the same page in that regard. I didn't want them to go after each other because that would mean that they might go after. There was also an alliance, obviously called, and that had Ryan and Amelia, who I also had that other deal with, Gly and Axel, who I had that deal with, Vlyn, and Liam, and Delara and I. So there was that, and I felt pretty good because why? If you have HOH week 1, the first thing that I would do is make sure I'm on the same page with my alliance that consists of 50% of the game. Even if I don't have their best interests in mind, I would at least make sure that they know the page that I'm on, even if we're not on the same page. And Amelia didn't. She asked everyone for 2 nominees. She asked everyone for 2 names, and she asked Kevin for 2 names, and she asked Larry for 2 names, and she asked me for 2 names, and she asked Delara for 2 names. That's all she asked us for. She didn't ask us for anything else. She didn't ask us as a group in DMs. She didn't do any of that. So from my perspective and from Delara's perspective, we felt that, what are we to Amelia if she's asking us for as much input as she asked her eventual nominees? And we decided that we kind of felt like we're chopped liver to her. And, I was at work when this happened. I got my phone screen replaced, and I think the home button is messed up, so it keeps trying to unlock the phone, and I kept getting locked out. It's trying an hour. So I set it aside and I let it sit there so it wouldn't rub up against my leg. And eventually it was unlocked, and I opened up Discord. First thing I checked was the nominations because Amelia's crazy. I thought maybe she might have nominated me. There's always that lingering feeling that you got nominated. And I did have that. I wasn't nominated, but I was nominated. But the people who were nominated, I was completely flabbergasted by. And it turns out that other people were too. I talked to Delara. She thought it was messed up. I talked to Gly and Axel. They thought it was messed up. Lynn particularly thought it was messed up. And I knew he would because he's friends with Kevin. And I don't understand why you would make nominations that would piss off. Both of the nominations pissed me off in particular. Why would Why would you make nominations that would piss off 5 out of the 8 people in your majority alliance? I don't understand that, unless she has ulterior motives, but I don't think she does. I think she just misplayed her HOH. Am I wrong? Like,
From my perspective, this was like the worst HOH I've ever seen.
okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that I'm not wrong. Okay, anyways. So we were all messed up. We were all mad. We all thought, okay, what the hell is this? Why did she do this? And the conclusion that I came to personally was that she was metagaming Kevin. And I thought maybe Ryan aided her to that decision. You know, obviously Amelia can come to that conclusion on her own because she was evicted on part due to Kevin in season 4. But Ryan was also evicted in his first org by Kevin. So I feel like that might have been part of it. Like, he played a heavy hand in both of those evictions. So there's history there. And I thought that was it. I thought that was part of it. And the Larry nomination, to an extent, I feel was also sort of metagaming by Ryan, because, and as much as they want to say that they weren't a duo, like, everyone knows they're a duo. I know Ryan's going behind her back and covering his bases with Kevin and stuff, but they're a duo at the end of the day. They're trying to get to the final 2 at the end of the day, so they can say all this stuff about how they're not and how they need to stop being pitted together, but they do it to themselves. They are a duo. They were fine with being seen as a duo when me and Delara wanted to make a deal to protect each other. But when it didn't benefit them to be seen as a duo, they didn't want to be seen as a duo. But then when I came at Amelia and Delara came at Amelia and everyone else came at Amelia, the first person to hit her defense was Ryan. So I see through the bullshit completely. Anyways, where was I? Everyone was upset with the nominations. She pissed off over half of her alliance. She pissed off me with both nominations. I get Larry because Larry was inactive. I told her, you're going to hear Larry a lot. I get it if you put him up, but I would appreciate it if you don't, because there are other people who can go up. I understand that in that Skinny Cult alliance, we cover all 4 seasons. So she's going to make someone upset. She's going to make possibly 2 people upset by putting up inactives from their season. So I said, listen, I would hope that you don't put Larry up, but if you do, I get it. And she did, and I wasn't super upset over that, but the Kevin thing threw me for a loop, and it threw several people through a loop. And we got together and we decided, look, me, Gly, Axel, Delara, and Vlyn are 5 votes easily for Kevin. And if we can get 2 more, and we thought we could get Sex, and if we can get the Vindictive Vipers, that's 8. And we need 7. So we thought, okay, if we can get them, maybe there's some other people we can get on board along the way. I think my biggest downfall was, personally, I think I spreaded myself too thin. One, people started to realize I was in all of these alliances. But the thing is, these alliances, I said before, I didn't intend for these alliances to be, groups that carried me to the final 3. I intended for them to be deals. You watch my back, I'll watch yours. We don't need to target the same people, but if you watch my back, I will watch yours. And that's honestly what I intended for it to be. And I thought that was the vibe that I was giving off. This wasn't a majority alliance that was going to control the game, but these were groups that were going to watch out for each other. And then I hope that Skinny Cult would be the group that I was going to be loyal to, and then later on the non-believers. So anyways, I don't know if it was Robin that ratted me out to Amelia. I don't know if it was Sex. I heard both those names. I could see it being Delara. Thought for a minute it might have accidentally been her. I could see it being myself. It was 5, 6, 7 in the morning when I was talking to Amelia. It could have very easily been me who said something inadvertently, who tipped her off. Now, that morning, that from about midnight EST to 7 a.m. EST, we were up all night talking, and it was like she was pulling teeth from me. And that's the thing with her HOH. She's very tyrannical. She needs her way or it's the highway, and she forgets that, one, she's not guaranteed another HOH ever. So she needs to make sure that going forward, she's safe. And two, she's specifically guaranteed that she's not going to win next week. So, as soon as she made the nominations, the final noms, she is officially the least powerful person logistically in the House because she doesn't have a vote because there can't be a tiebreaker, and she doesn't have any say other than what she's doing with her social game and the sway that she has on people. And I guess that the tyranny that she's using and the iron fist that she's wielding, I guess that worked. Like, because I'm out. I'm not. I'm here and not there. So I guess it's working now. So she has won the battle, but she's not going to win the war. Anyways,
Oh, sorry, go on.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, I mean, is there really a way to win here, like regardless of who goes home?
No, well, that's the thing. Like, she pissed off. Not only did she piss off both of her nominees to the extent that both of us have made her our primary target, or both of us have made her our primary target. I think I said that twice, but I just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to reiterate, both Kevin and I made her our primary target going forward, and plenty of other people feel the same way. I don't know about Sex, but I feel like she might, and I feel pretty confident that Vlyn, Gly, Axel, and I know Delara will target Amelia first and foremost. I know that. So she's pissed off several people with these nominations, and she feels like I mean, maybe I feel like I definitely screwed up along the way. I mean, I'm first boot. I didn't play a perfect week. Definitely not. And I feel like if I get out into the viewer lounge, maybe they'll like me because I'm playing super hard. But I definitely played it stupid to an extent. And I'm fine with that in hindsight because, I mean, I'm here. I obviously have faults in my game. There's no first boot that is, completely, I know I say this with the first boots listening, Whisk and Coop, but like, there's no first boot that plays the game perfectly and is yet the first boot anyways. If I spread myself too thin, clearly, and word got back to Amelia, and I sat up on the block, and I don't know if I campaigned too hard or didn't campaign hard enough or didn't use the right words, but I didn't get the job done, and that's on me primarily. But at the same time, I'm out here. Amelia is going to join me very shortly. Anyways, I was talking about the 7-hour interrogation that she put me through. She started out, she was just asking me questions, talking about my day, talking about her work, stuff like that. Very, it was very casual and it's seemingly laid back, but there were undertones there and I could tell right away. She was on to me. Ryan was on to me earlier and I was just playing dumb, but she started asking me questions about the nomination specifically. And I said, why does this feel like an interrogation? And she says, because it's an interrogation. And I said, all right, let me rephrase. Why is it an interrogation? And she just started, I tried to use her logic against her because her logic kept, she kept presenting fallacies to me and I kept trying to like use it against her. But like, ultimately it didn't work because I'm out here, obviously. But let me see. Slowly but surely, by 7:00, I had told her, yes, I do want Kevin to stay. I do think your nominations were stupid, and I do want the votes to stay. But I don't want to go behind your back. And I did want to go behind her back, obviously, but I'm not going to tell her outright, yes, I'm trying to flip the vote on you. I stand by that. If I get out and the viewer lounge thinks that it's stupid, then I guess, but like, I stand by that. I shouldn't have told her that I'm trying to flip the vote. I was trying to save face to an extent. And I also stand by that I didn't sell out my alliance because I needed that. I needed them to vote for me. And I feel like they did vote for me. And they did campaign for me. So anyways, by 7:00, it seemed like Amelia was on board with working with me. And she apologized for not filling me in. And it seemed like we were on the same page. But 12 hours later, I'm hearing from other people that she wants to nominate me. And then she got mad at me because I didn't tell her that people told me that she wants to nominate me, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. Like, why do I need to tell you that you didn't tell me that you're nominating me. Like
I died when I read that. That
I
was
was
crazy.
livid. She's like, why didn't you tell me that people are telling me or telling you that I want to nominate you? And I was like, why didn't you tell me that you want to nominate me? Like, I don't get it at all. Like, I do not understand what Amelia was thinking at any given point this week. And the week was long because she took the full 24 hours every time, which was super annoying. I'm sure you guys thought it was too. I mean, it played out for an exciting cycle, but it was super annoying for all of us. Anyways, she said, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, why didn't you tell me? And she said, I don't need to tell you. And I was like, I don't need to tell you either. You're nominating me. Why do I need to tell you that you're, and I'm aware of it? So anyways, I went up and I gave my huge ass speech. I hope you guys loved it. And I thought, I really thought that if I gave that speech, which proved that I was loyal to the people I'm loyal to, I didn't give any names out of the people that I told them I protected them for 7 hours. I protected them in my speech. I protected them till the end. I didn't give any names at any point. 1. 2, I exposed Amelia for being a tyrant, and to a lesser extent, Ryan for being a tyrant, and in my final speech, Liam for being a sheep. Um, I I wanted them to see that, and I wanted them to see that if they want an easy ride to jury, because everyone does, they need to get behind me. Because Delara and I, and Ryan and Amelia, 25% of the house, and by now, if I were in and Kevin was out, we would be even more. I was hoping they would get behind that because, even if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, that still pretty much guarantees everyone else jury. Odds of us going 1, 2, 3, 4 are slim. Anyways, I wanted them to be willing and able to hide behind me, and it seemed like I had everyone's vote except for Celeste. And I know you lie to pre-jurors on their way out. I know that's how it works, but just I was reading between the lines. It seemed like everyone promised me their vote. Everyone was talking to me on my way out. You don't do that to a pre-juror. You do that to a juror to get their vote, but you don't. I mean, you kind of ghost them. Like it's not the right thing to do, but it's the thing that you do. You ghost the pre-juror on his way out. And in the jury, it's not so much the case, but in the pre-jury, absolutely. Everyone was talking to me. I was talking to Marina and Robin about working together. And I was talking to Sex, and I talked to Larry last night. I didn't talk to him today, but Larry's Larry. Larry's inactive. And same thing with Celeste. I kept trying to get into Celeste's ear, try to campaign to her. I didn't do it until about 8:30. Who else? But I mean, I don't know about from your perspective, but from my perspective, I was putting in work to stay. And it seemed like, especially since Kevin was laying down, it should have been like I said yesterday, 9-4 at the worst. I would be shocked if it's less than that. And I don't even expect 9-4, like 10-3 maybe. And now I'm out here and it's 6-7. But so yeah, like obviously mistakes were made, but I'm kind of at a loss for words now. Do you kind of want to like? I was on a roll. I know I was on a roll. I know I was like talking, and I was getting to a point, but like now I've kind of lost it.
All right. Well, let's decompress a few things. So, I guess to start, like, you said a lot. I'm trying to think.
Did I deliver?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a
Oh,
very fun week.
all right. I mean, I've won JRZ 11. I came in third in Alex's Big Brother All Stars. I swept that part 3, but the only thing is Daisy swept that part 3 too, and I lost the tiebreaker and she evicted me. Alex said himself I was possibly the best player in that series, maybe besides Spencer, but I was the driving force that evicted Spencer. So like, like I know I can win and I know I can hang with the best. It just didn't pan out here. That I mean, that kind of sucks, but like, what can you do? I did my best, you
Okay.
know?
So the thing you said about Amelia, like metagaming and stuff. So
Yeah.
you're basically accurate there. As far as the Kevin situation goes, she made the entire thing up. He never said anything about her or
Oh,
whatever. She just
oh
wanted to get him out
God.
because they don't like each other or whatever.
That's catty as fuck. I don't like that. I mean, like, I love Amelia as a person. I meant everything I said about that. I love Amelia as a person, but she's, oh my God, she's playing awful. Anyways, so yeah, it is metagaming.
Yeah. As for you, like that vote was really messy, so it's kind of hard to remember the specific details.
Who were the votes
But
to keep me?
all right. Wait, what would you guess? Like, what do you think?
Okay, so I'm guessing the non-believers first and foremost: Axel, Gly, Vlyn, Delara, and then there's two more, and I was promised five more. So I was promised Joey, Sex, Marina, Robin, and Celeste, and it seemed like Liam
Okay.
was flipping as well. So I think since it's two, I'm gonna guess it was either Robin and Marina or Celeste and Sex.
You were right about the first six names you said. So it was Axel Glive, Sex and Delara, obviously, and then it was Vlyn and Joey also.
Wait, so what were they? Sorry.
Axel Glive, Vlyn, Sex, Delara, Joey.
Oh, okay. And were okay. So I thought, I looked up and I saw like you need to do the point vote at this person, and I thought, maybe these people were intending to vote for me, but they didn't vote properly. But at the same time, I thought maybe they're just lying to me. But the thing is, they were very convincing. It was okay. Yeah, I did want to vote you out, but like, okay, if the votes are there, we'll flip. Amelia's a tyrant. I agree. Let's flip. And I was told that by Marina. She said she would flip Robin, and she said she did flip Robin. She said, or Vlyn said the same thing, and Celeste said she would vote me or vote to keep me. Sex said the same thing, and Joey said the same thing as well. Um,
You
so
mentioned
did
like
they?
how you mentioned how like you spread yourself out thin. I would agree. Like I feel like had you had kept it to like the main people you had approached, it would have been fine. But when you like reached out to those extra people, they were already working with like Amelia and Ryan and stuff like Marina, Robin, Celeste. They're already working with
Mm,
Amelia and Ryan. So they went
okay.
right back to them and told them everything.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured it was.
And Liam, he was like, it was a really
Yeah.
close vote. Like it honestly came down to like the seconds. Like he tried to change his vote like seconds after the deadline passed. So like you would have stayed. Sorry.
Oh, fuck off. Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, oh gosh. Oh man. So Liam at like 9 o'clock voted to keep me.
Yes.
Oh, that's so saddening. Oh man, because okay, like I did play hard and I played. I don't think I played terribly. I think I had like high points to my game, and I think I had low points. And I think Marina and Robin in particular were a low point, but like I do feel like I played well, very well for a first boot. Um, I just think that, especially considering the way I usually play, where I try to hide in the shadows, I very much did not do that. You know, so like I think I don't think I played terribly.
I don't think you did either. So how do you feel? What do you think Delara's gonna be like now that you're not there?
Um, I think this might be a. I hate to say it, but I think I don't want to say I don't want to be dramatic and say that this vote ruined the season, but I honestly feel like it it goes to show that we might end up seeing a steamroll, and I think that people are going to be blind to Rhymelia, and I feel like to a lesser extent, like I really, really do hope that these are all stars for a reason. There's
Yeah.
no way that they're going to let a steamroll happen.
I definitely understand your worry because I know it was like a really exciting week for the viewers and everything, and it was exciting for me too. But like I did feel like if Amelia and Ryan do get their way this week, like it's probably, it could have some damaging implications moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, like, Kevin literally laid down and said, vote to evict me. And 7 people said, no, we are too scared of Ryan and Amelia. Like, I don't understand how, like, they're not going to piss Kevin off if Kevin ends up staying and they voted to evict him. Like, they're going to piss me off if they didn't, like, you know what I mean? They're going to piss me off if they didn't keep me, or not really piss off because, like, I understand where they're coming from. Like I said to Ryan, oh, fuck. I have so much more respect for Marina as a player. Did you see the conversation I had with Marina in our one-on-one? Like, just the
I
fact
think
that,
so.
like, she was willing to flip, and I was like, and she said, okay, well, if you're gonna flip, or if you're flipping people, then yeah, I'm on board. And she said, I'm so sorry that this happened. She's so convincing, and I have a lot of respect for her, and I'm rooting for her. But yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that it was them, but I also knew that I needed votes, and I needed to try and pitch it to them that I needed them, I needed to stay, and they needed me to stay. But it didn't pan out, and I am worried about the coming weeks in the season. I do think that the next couple weeks could be bad, because I think that they're just letting Emilio and Ryan walk all over the house. But like, these are all stars. There's no way that it's going to end up being like that, especially with Gly, Flynn, Axel, and Alara going hard at them. There's no way.
Sounds good. So who would you say is playing the best game? Who would you say is playing the worst?
Well, worst easily is Amelia. I don't think I need to explain that. I think everyone knows. Maybe even Amelia. Maybe not. I think Amelia is blind to her faults, and I think she thinks she's playing a lot better game than she thinks. Um, I think for Amelia, the bottom line is she got someone out who went against her, but I wouldn't have gone against Amelia at all unless she played her HOH or if she played her HOH correctly. So she really didn't get someone out who went against, or who was against her. She got someone out who went against her because of her sloppy play, who was against someone who would have never gone against her either, or not this early anyway. Um. Anyways, um, I do think that she might be next, or like she might be 15th, 14th, 13th, something like that. Vlin's gonna win, and he's gonna win like Ryan wins a lot of comps, but like the thing is, so does Vlin, so can Axel, so can Delara, and to a lesser extent, so can Gly. Like, they can all win comps, and there's no way they're gonna skate by the way they think they might. So like, yeah, I don't think Ryan will make jury, because Ryan is smart. He's crafty.
I agree with you. Despite Amelia's gameplay, I do think Ryan is playing good.
Sorry, Delara was actually just trying to call me. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay, so Ryan will make jury. Ryan is better, even better than people give him credit for. Like, he won, and he's yet even better than people give him credit for. I respect the way he played a lot this week. He's very sneaky, and he's clever. I'll be rooting for him. As long as as long as as long as he keeps up the way he's playing, where he's not merely Amelia's number one, and he's not gonna ride for whatever Amelia does, no matter what. I know,
Uh,
I know that my alliance to keep me is trying hard, but at the same time, I do respect the way he's playing, and I do respect gameplay, and I hope he does well, because Sex, I think, is playing very well. I think Sex could end up winning. Sex has an amazing social game. She's very, very, very smart when she wants to be, and I think she's probably gonna get bit in the ass eventually. But I respect the way she plays a lot, and I would absolutely vote for her if I were on her jury. And I feel like she might have the tools to get there. And I think Marina is doing very well. She's very sociable. She's very friendly. Like, just talking to Marina, she's she's just awesome to talk to. And she's got the comp ability. And if she can learn how to manage the jury a little bit better, because I don't know the specifics, but I know she didn't manage the jury great in her season. But if she can learn how to manage the jury, she will do fantastic. And finally, one more. Aside from my alliance, I'm rooting for all of them as well. Like Lynn, Axel, Glide, they can all do really well if they want. Delara, of course, above all. And who was the other one? I was gonna say one more name. Oh, Blake. Blake. When I talk to Blake, like it's just like Blake's so refreshing to talk to. Like he's just like so down to earth, and I talk to him, and I know. I said this before. I knew he was a snake. I know he is, and I know what he does. He plays the Tyler game. He plays. I want to get everyone to think that they can trust me and they're comfortable with me, and that's he plays the sort of game that I try to play and that I usually do successfully and that I kind of tried to play today this week, but it didn't pan out. And I knew he was, and I didn't care. And I love talking to Blake. I didn't try to flip the vote with him because I knew he would be with Ryan, but like I do love talking to him, and I think and expect him. I think he will, and I expect him to get far and maybe even win.
Good.
Anything else?
That's all. Any final thoughts?
Um, like I said several times now, like I know I'm good at this game. I didn't have anything to prove. I had something to prove in this server specifically that like I can play this game aggressively and I can go for the jugular, and I attempted to do that, and I'm really sad that I went first. But I hope that everyone else is sad that I went first because like I wasn't really standing BBD2, but I hope that the specs liked watching me, and I just I hope that I hope I delivered. And this is what I mean to say. I hope that everyone enjoyed watching me. I hope they had fun, and I hope they continue to have fun. It's a great community.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy watching you, and I'm sure other people feel the same way in DR.
Thank you.
Guess I'll ask if like the specs have any questions, but that's
Yeah,
our friend.
I can answer specs questions for sure.
Walker asks who you think's leaving next. Who you think leaving next?
Um, hmm. I feel like Amelia is the obvious answer. And I feel like that's a good answer. Like Amelia played horribly. She pissed off probably half the house. And she's realized as a threat to over half the house, I would say. Like a lot of people are realizing how much of a bully she can be when she plays this game. And I feel like that's an obvious answer as much as I love her. I do hope it's her because I don't respect the way she's playing right now. Um, Other than that, um, who else? Celeste, Larry, the inactives, the people that aren't playing at all instead of subtly, they're not playing at all. I could see them leaving, just to for a more quiet week. I could totally see that. If someone wins, plays the second HOH the way you're supposed to play the first HOH, make connections, make noms that your majority alliance agrees with, and just make everyone comfortable with you. I could totally see those two going up and one of them leaving for sure. But I feel like the obvious answer is definitely Amelia, and it's not a bad answer either. She could definitely go. She has played horribly. Hello?
Sorry, I'm just.
Yeah, all good. I just wanted to make sure I didn't lose you.
Someone wanted to know who you think deserves to be on All Stars that didn't make it.
That didn't make it. Well, first of all, what you guys have to understand is I don't personally think that I deserve to be on All Stars. Given my performance in BBD2 specifically, I don't think it warranted an appearance. I'm glad it did, but I don't personally think it warranted one. I didn't really play the game. And I've said that several times over. I think Walker in particular deserved an appearance. Because Walker played a very, he was prominent on season 2. He didn't play his best game. He'll be the first to admit that. I'll probably be the second. But like he I'm kind of surprised it's me and not him. I thought that for a while. You know, I wasn't entirely shocked when I got a DM because half of season 2 was canceled already. Half of them are blacklisted, and then half of that remaining list of cast members didn't really do much. But I fell into that, so I'm kind of surprised I'm here, and I'm surprised Walker isn't. But I'm glad that I was cast. I'm super glad that I was cast. A guy should have been cast too. Probably over Amelia. Who else? Who else from season 4? Because I'm surprised Amelia got cast, especially because there was, from my perspective, considering the lowest placement besides Amelia was 5th. From my perspective, Amelia was a huge outlier, and the fact that she's played her HOH so horribly, just further solidifies the fact to me that maybe she shouldn't have made it. So maybe a guy. I know you guys wanted to keep consistency with the 4 from each season, so he could have made it for sure. I forget who made 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9 on that season. I know Tessa made 9th, but she's not getting cast. Yeah, I mean, those are probably the 2 biggest answers for me: A guy and Walker, off the top of my head at least.
Okay. Anything else? Wait, hold on.
Well, I mean, like, I don't really have anything else to say other than
I
thank
know,
you.
not you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Look at your goodbye messages then.
Okay.
I can't. I give you access to the exit interview channel, and I'll post them there, and you can react to
Okay.
them. I guess I'll read them out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Okay. So Amelia's.
Oh, fuck off. I'm not even opening it. Fuck off. I love her as a person, but nope, not even opening it. It's a bop though.
Axel. Reading this, I have no idea what happened. You're one of the coolest and down to earth guys I've ever met on Discord, and I'm very glad you're someone I can call a friend. See you, buddy.
He's sweet. He's the sweetest. I love him.
I'm gonna let you just read Blake's one. So
What? Oh, come on. I thought he was so. Oh, now I know why the jury hated him in season 1. That's. I mean, like, I do like him. He's a sweet guy, but like, that's not. That's. I understand why the jury has a certain disdain for him. Oh, all right.
I'm concluded. Anyways, okay. Delara didn't leave you one, but she posted something in her public DR, so I'll just use that.
Yeah, sure. She told me she's crying, so like, I don't need a goodbye message to validate that, you know? Like, I understand where she's coming from. Oh my god. She's literally Rachel Riley. She's literally Rachel Riley.
Yeah, these spectators are switching, but I still stand. Anyways.
Wait, they don't like her?
Anyways.
Okay. Anyways, next.
Please.
I think he must have written this. He must have written this before I flipped him, right?
Voted to keep you, right? Or no, he didn't.
Yes, he did vote to keep.
Okay. Yeah, I think he wrote it before then.
His message was older.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Agree.
I mean, of course I was campaigning for you to leave. Why wouldn't I? You were like, you didn't even have a pulse. I posted several times in my DR about how many times I had messages to channels he had access to from him. And like at one point it was like 25. And this was like after he was pulled down. Like he has 25 messages and channels that I can see. Like what kind of fucking bullshit is that? Like what kind of fucking bullshit is that in All Stars? Anyways, continue.
It's a longer one.
I mean, I do love her. Like I've hosted her, you know, in the loosest of terms. I've hosted her, I guess. You know, I watched her play her first org, and you know, I love watching her. She's great. I love talking to her. But she's going to become a sheep in this game, and that's sad to see.
Why? Why?
He's great too. I mean, like, he gets a lot of flack for not playing hard. Basically, what I received from, you know, everyone ever in BBD2, he gets that sort of perception as well. But he has the tools to play this game well. If he chooses to, he has the tools to play this game well. And I hope he does. I'm rooting for him.
Van.
I love him. Honestly, like, I've only played 2 orgs with him, and they were Alex's BB All Stars and this. And it sucks. It sucks because I think he went 16th out of 20 in that one, and I placed 3rd. And now here I am going 16th on the block next to him. And it just sucks that, because I love talking to Kevin. I wish I could talk to him in a game more. I wish that didn't happen to us 2 times in a row. But it is what it is.
Okay, Robin.
That's fair. I mean, at least he's recognizing it. If he's going to be sheep in week 1, but recognize that he doesn't have the power and he doesn't want to fall behind, at least he's recognizing that. And it seems like he's going to do something about it. And, I feel like he's in a good position to do something about it. And I'm rooting for him as well as Marina. I stand by the fact, I see Celeste as well as Robin have both said, and I'm sure Marina will if you post hers. I don't know if she did one because it seems like you're going in alphabetical order, so that would mean she didn't do one. But they said, your speech flipped votes the other way. The thing is, I'm not gonna play this game. I made a vow that I wasn't going to play this game half-assed. I was playing this game as hard as I could, and it ended up being by far my worst placement ever. This is the first time in almost a year that I haven't made Final 3. 16th is by far the worst I've ever placed. The lowest I placed was a little under a year ago. I placed 10th. And this is by far the lowest. But I promised that I would go balls to the wall and justify my being cast and, make sure that I don't play a passive game 2 times in a row. And I feel like I did that. And I'm glad I did that. So I stand by both house meetings.
Liam.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, your comments there. Marina's.
She's I stand by it. She's super. I love talking to her. I love her. I wish her all the best. She's fantastic.
Ryan.
I will. I will remain one after. Ryan sketches me the fuck out a lot, inside and outside of this game. But I do wish him all the best. I feel like he is a good guy when it comes down to it, and I do like him.
X. She's the longer one.
Oh. I do think they're being dumb. I do think she's right. The Vindictive Vipers are, I think, even though they're on the right side of the vote, I feel like they're on the wrong side of the vote. And they'll really fight that decision that they were the majority. I do think they made the right decision. I would have worked with them I was the non-believer, but I would have them super. Anyways,
Uh,
oh my God, I'm rooting for her so hard. My percent.
last person, Glenn.
They're gonna make this so messy, and I promise whatever. I know you said that the viewers are sort of turning on Delara a little bit, and I know like that's sort of because Delara has meltdowns about constantly. But I told her like I know, especially based off her reaction to Ryan and Amelia's being cast, or Ryan specifically being cast before this season, or not. I don't think it was his being cast, but it was like what he said in viewing lounge preseason. Um, she was yelling at DR specifically, and DR was totally understanding about it, and I thank him for that. And I'm gonna tell her, there's him, and there's your literal DR, and above all else, if you need to vent, there's me. So I really, really, really am going to try hard, from the sidelines to make sure that she specifically isn't a source of any toxicity this season. But I will not be able to rein her or Vlyn in from being messy, and I don't want them to.
Um, that's good. Yeah, once again, thanks for playing. Like, it was a lot of fun watching you play. I'm also glad you didn't come back and just play a passive game because I feel like it's more fun this way for everybody involved.
It is more fun. I mean, like, this is one of the most fun cycles I've ever had, especially when I thought that I had the votes at the end. And apparently, it sounds like I did if the vote deadline was 9:01 and 9 o'clock. But it is what it is. I was hoping that I could, stay a little longer, but, I didn't. And now I get to enjoy or at least watch the season from the sidelines. And I will actively. And I'm glad that I was cast. Thank you.
Okay, so last thing, I just want to know, like, what do you think, like, the spectators think about, like, what's going down, like, before you enter the lounge?
What's going down in the game?
Like, who they stand, who they dislike, like, who,
Like,
what do you think they think?
At the very least, I feel like they stand me more than they did in BBD2. I hope I'm one of their favorites, and I think I might be because I was playing this game very hard and I was trying to make things happen, and I was trying to get rid of an inactive player. And the fact that you said that this is one of the worst HOHs you've ever seen, um, I feel like that the fact that I was on the other side of that, I hope that means that the viewer lounge likes me. And honestly, in general, whenever I hear Kevin have an opinion on something, I usually just assume it's right. And the fact that I was siding with Kevin on this, I feel like that means I'm right. So I hope I hope that if you guys do Edgic, I have a positive one, even if it is only going to be 1 week. I hope that you guys stand Alara, even though it sounds like you guys don't quite as much. I hope you guys I hope you guys like everyone. I feel like Ryan and especially Amelia aren't going to be liked that much. Who else? Mostly, mostly them. Larry probably because Larry wasn't very much liked in BBD2 by the viewers, and this week is not a hot start for him. And yeah, that's mostly it.
Okay, sounds good. We'll add you to the spectator lounge soon.
All right, thank you. Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, JB.
Thank you.